Let's go! Get your brother up here! I got you. Let's go! Let's go! Get up there! Come on! Let's go! Come on! Just break! Come on! Hello!
Battleship sunk.
You know I'm back in that mood. Quarters I will never fold. I don't got no time for hoes. I don't care about what she posed. This the Hebrew Academy flow. Y'all can ride right in the snow. I done dropped 1,000 times. Niggas know my hands is cold. Bitch, you better not play with me. You better play with your child. She said why I look mean. I told her that's that one west mouth. Oh, you ain't hurt, bitch. Real niggas back in style. I ain't worrying about that, bro. I'm steady focused on these trials. I'm trying to go and fight these demons, cause that shit gon' make a man. No, I'm not no that's on no dime. I'm trying to make a man. When I'm on these bitches, I turn that shit to slaughter other lambs. Just got a rib and my other rib don't understand. I'm a polygamist. On my bitches, they monogamous. They gonna stay, they loyal, cause they love the way I pop the shit. I be moving in silence, my so call me anonymous. Play with me, birds up in the tree. I be dropping shit. When you masculine, yeah, you can spot a bitch. She not feminine, nah, I can't pot a bitch. If you not one West, nigga, then you not legit. You ain't get your cover, motherfucker, then you not legit. You ain't get your cover with your brother, I can't trust you. If you drop your sword for a whore, then it's fuck you. Don't need a gun, kill you with my bare knuckles. You not one of us, you ain't get it from the muscle, marching in these ranks. When we graduate, screaming clown, YAHUSHUA. When we celebrate, I ain't need that big bottle, a down holy bitch. I ain't write no rap, motherfucker, this a movie script. You not an officer in the school, I don't know who he is. I know he a fan, he a lame, he a groupie bitch. They gon' ban me from the internet, I want some bullshit shit. They gon' ban me from the internet, I want some bullshit shit. Slide, slide, I want some Tusi shit. Slide, slide, I want some Tusi shit. I want some Tusi shit. And this that dedication, nigga, I want some Tusi shit. Yeah, nah, I don't eat no tuna fish. Yeah, kick her to the crib, she smell like tuna fish. I'm a priest, but I'm a shooter, bitch. I'm a priest, but I'm a shooter, bitch. Yeah, there's one West. Yeah, there's one West. I'm about to suffer. Yeah, I can't wait till I get my cover. April 10th. Trials. Stacks. Quarters out. Yeah, sign small. Sign small. Sign small. Sign small. Sign small.
It's absolutely heavy. Because back in the days, we thought we had Martin Luther King. We thought we had a Malcolm X. We thought we had a Marcus Garvey. We thought we had the Black Panther Party. We thought we had people that would stand up and fight for the rights of the black community. Right. But today, those people are dead. Why are they dead? Because they fell victim to the oppression of the oppressor. Right. The white man is the according to the Bible. That's right. That's what they fell victim to. They didn't have the Spirit of God. They didn't have the Lord to tell them the way to go. But here in the I.S.U.P.K, we follow God. We follow Christ. And we know the way to go because it's written right here in these scriptures. Martin Luther King was a sucker to the oppressor. Martin Luther King wanted white women. That's why Martin Luther King fell. Malcolm X wanted to be with white people. And that's why he fell. The Black Panther Party wanted the white man's drugs, and that's why they fell. Right. What you see standing on this corner, you will see men that never fall victim to the drugs of America. Right. Men that never fall victim to wanting white women and wanting to love them. Right. The Lord gave us an order. The Lord gave us a duty, and that's to build the black community. That's to fix the black community. We can turn the projects into paradise overnight. If we stop buying their drugs, if we stop smoking their weed and selling their crack, our neighborhoods can be paradise overnight. Them prisons will shut down tomorrow. That's but guess what? We make sure the prisons is full, don't we? Right. We gotta get some money. We make sure everybody's house is messed up, right? Because we gotta get some money. We want to make sure that brother dies because he disrespected you because you want to look good in front of the white man. Right. We lose when we try to please our oppressor. The more you try to please the oppressor, the black community dies and suffers. That's right. You gotta learn how to love your brother. That's black man. Right. You gotta learn how to love your sister, black man. Right. And that's what you learn here in the I.S.U.P.K. You learn what black love and black unity is. You learn how to fix your house. Fix your family and fix your community. And it starts with you, black man. It starts with you, brother. And the first thing you gotta know is who is your enemy. Who is causing you to sin? Who is causing you to go against God and make God mad at you? And that's why you in hell. That's why we live in hell, because we go against God. These problems can fix overnight. But first you gotta learn your oppressor is the devil. And he's gonna make you sin. He's gonna make you sin with commercials. He's gonna make you sin with pain. He's going to make you sin with bills. He's going to make you sin with a job. That's why the oppressor makes you sin, because you think that you're living in hell. But guess what, black man? The Lord gave us a Bible, and that can give us heaven. What the brother bringing out is absolutely heavy. He's trying to tell us how to fix the community. And if you listen up, if you come get a flyer and you do what the brothers back here did, then you might see heaven come in your lifetime. You might see the things that the Lord promised us come in your lifetime. Right. But it starts with you, black man. It starts with you, Hispanic man. Right. El hombre blanco son the Biblia dice sobre, but the white man is the Bible speaks of. That's and right. Together, we can build this family. Right. What's good now? I'm about to get
I pray the devil die and get every evil thing the Lord got to get. And listen, I know you look at us in the state we in right now. Come, YAHUSHUA. Come, YAHUSHUA. in the state we in right now, black people on drugs, and we suffering and dying. And I know it seems like you can do whatever you want to this people. I know it seems like this, but the time for glorifying yourself is soon at an end.
Can you give me your prophecy? What's your prophecy? Break it down. Break it down. Let me hear your prophecy.
You won't need it, sir.
Can I get the camera?
See your good works to glorify your Father which is in heaven. Oh shit, y'all, tonight.
What's your prophecy? Start from the top. Let me hear your prophecy from the top. Let me hear your prophecy from the top. I can hear your prophecy from the top. Maybe I can't hear it because you're mentally ill.
Can I put this on you?
When you was on records, they say you need to take pills. When you was on records, they say take.
Most high in Christ. Most high in Christ. All right, let's clap it up. All right, Shalom Israel, YAHAWAH, YAHUSHUA, BreakfastClub, YAHUSHUA, YAHUSHUA. I'm Precinct Officer 5,000, Yadai, I'm filling in for Precinct Officer 5,000, Officer Marah. Officer Marah be back with y'all next Friday. You know what I mean? Hard-working brother in this truth. You know what I mean? Officer Marah, Officer 5,000, excellent Hebrew teacher. He'll be back with y'all. Now, tonight's topic, of course, is World War III. I know y'all know. Israel, I know y'all know. Y'all see it. I know you saw it yesterday, SICARII. Listen, Israel decided to drop the bomb. Israel decided to drop the bomb on Iran, on their nuclear facilities over there in Tehran. Let me tell you something, man. World War III is inevitable, Black, Latino, and First Nation, man and woman. You can't avoid it. You cannot avoid it. It's right around the corner. And that's what we have to understand, man, as the Lord's chosen people. It's time for us to get right now. It's time for us to get ourselves together, for us to wake up to who we really are. If I could, get me Revelations. Give me the book of Revelations, right? And of course, you know what I mean? If y'all have any questions, I'll be answering your questions tonight. Me in Revelations, quite as I said, the first woe is past. First two woes are past. The third woe cometh quickly. Give me that biblical show. Revelations 9 and 13. Slide.
The book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 13. And the sixth.
Read verse 12. Read verse 12.
Verse 12. One woe is past.
One woe is past. You know what woe means? Woe means great destruction. The first woe has passed. That was World War III. Right. Keep going.
And behold, there come two woes more hereafter.
And there come two woes hereafter. Guess what? It's more to come.
Right.
It is more to come. World War III is around the corner, man. World War III is around the corner, and it's going to happen. And I'm going to show it to you in the Bible on what we have to understand. Revelations 11 and 14. Revelations 11 and 14. Bubble show. So lock it. And listen, and we shouldn't be surprised neither, because the people over there in our land, in the land of Israel, they are not real Jews. They are Amalek, according to the Bible. They are a son of Esau, out of one, which is he is wasted away as he, a red dog in Hebrew. The oppressor is truly the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You know what they got going on in Israel right now, part of Zechariah? You know, like big shout out to Precinct Officer 5,000 Kazak Imad. You know, he brought up an important TikTok about how the largest pride parade on the earth is over there in Tel Aviv, right, over there in the so-called Holy Land. Let me tell you something, man. They are not the real Jews, but right, we are the real Jews, Black, right, Latino, and First Nation, man and woman. All that you see going on in the so-called Middle East right now, it's supposed to happen. Keep going. Read what you got.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third will come quickly.
Salaki Quatazar.
Let me tell you something, man. They are not.
Oh, the audio's good, warrior.
Yeah, audio.
Yeah, I don't know why you. Yeah, halak. The audio is Katuab. Might have to, you know what I mean, start your video back up, pull YouTube down and pull it back up. But ready to go from the top part of the time? Salaki.
The second woe was past.
The second war was past. That second war was World War II. Oh, man. I know y'all know about World War II. Oh, man. Let me tell you something about Esau, man, and how, you know, devastating those first world wars were. You know what I mean? How many, like, millions of people, right, Partisan? 100 million people perished in World War II. And let me explain something to you. It's going to be way more when it comes to World War III, and that's in the Bible.
Right.
The first two woes have passed, but the third woe, what?
Coming quickly.
Coming quickly. You know what that third woe is? World War III.
Right.
It's coming quickly, Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. Now is the time to wake up to our real identity. Now is the time to do what this scripture says. Go to Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. From the book of Micah chapter 2. Matter of fact, right? Start at Micah chapter 2 and verse 1.
It's the book of Micah chapter 2, verse 1.
And what Quatazar is getting ready to read is so heavy in Micah. Because it's talking about what's going to happen. Keep going.
Woe to them that devise iniquity.
Woe to them that devise iniquity. Destruction to them that devise sin. Oh, wait, is that not what's going to happen here in America, Quatazar? The Lord said destruction to them that devise iniquity. Iniquity is sin. And devise meaning you plotting to sin. You planning on it. How do you plan on doing it? By all the different, you know what I mean, wicked vices here in America, man. All the drugs, all the illicit, you know what I mean, unlawful sex that they have, you know what I mean, with each other. Goddamn part of that. It's this pride, man. That's what they promote. The Lord says, woe to them that devise iniquity. Read.
And work evil upon their beds.
And work evil upon their beds. And work evil upon your bed, meaning all you do is work evil. All you do is wickedness according to the Most High. That's why it is so important to not live like Esau, to not live like this oppressor, to realize, man, that they are the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
And they are going to be destroyed, man. They're going to be destroyed. Our problem is, as Blacks, Latinos, and Native American and Squatters, is that we want to be like the oppressor. Right. We think we free white and 21. You think you can live like Bill, move like Sally. And let me explain something to you. Everything that is wrong with our community that they promote, true story. I was talking to a brother at my slavery, right? Me and Mooks was talking. And he was like, man, you know, you die. You know what I can't stand? You know what I hate? I hate the fact that our people, man, we can't come together. Is that, you know, when brothers go to jail, you know what I mean? You know, other races help their people or whatever. You know what I mean? But Black people, we keep each other down. You know what I mean? We don't want to help each other. We don't want to support each other. It's like it's no brotherly love. And I was like, listen, brother, believe it or not, even that right there, and which is so important about what the brother said, man, and it's spiritual, is that the oppressor taught us to hate each other. They taught us to hate that fellow Black man. You looking at that fellow Black man as an op. You looking at that fellow sister like she's your opposition. She's an enemy. And they make it seem like, oh, these other nations are the principle of morality. The white man can't teach us morality. He can't quite design. You know why? Because he's your first so-called gangster. You think that little brother that's outside with a switch, you know what I mean, pants sagging or whatever, you think he's a gangster.
Right.
You thought, you know what I mean, 50 Cent, Jay-Z, you thought Biggie Smalls, you thought Pop was the epitome of gangster. Not realizing that they mimicking who? Giuliani. You mimicking who? John Gotti. You're mimicking, you know what I mean, Al Capone. You're mimicking Italians. And the last time I checked, Italians are Edomites. They're white people. We emulate white culture. Gang culture is white culture. I'll prove it to you. Crips and Bloods. One set of brothers wear blue, one set of brothers wear red. They originally started off as protectors of the neighborhoods against Esau. And what did Esau do? Put drugs, you know what I mean, and guns in the community and convinced us to kill each other. But did you know that in Rome, in ancient Rome, that there were a faction of white people that wore blue and another faction that wore red, and they were beefing with each other? And the white was in the middle, Quadazar? Right. That's the red, white, and blue. That goes all the way back to Rome. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their own beds. Meaning destruction is going to come to them that work evil upon their own bed. Keep going.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
Listen, when the morning is light, they practice it. Meaning they wake up and do their evil. They wake up with their wickedness. You wicked 24/7. Right. That's Esau. Right. And wanting to live like Esau, you'll do the same thing. As a Quadazar, I know brothers, right, that cannot, the first thing that they do when they wake up, they don't brush their teeth, they don't get a cup of water. You know what they do? They roll up. Niggas is rolling up. Quadazar, you know, you used to be like that. Go ahead, Quadazar. Go ahead, brother.
I was going to say the same thing.
Listen, man, that was all of us, man. Brothers wake up like, yeah, you know. Y'all get another thing going in your head. Y'all know, go ahead, Quadazar.
I could too, like, you say this so heavy, but like, I used to do that though, but I could never understand, like, brothers would get high so much that they get high at their jobs, they get high everywhere they go, bro. Listen, I never smoke, I never did, but I couldn't be high at work.
At the slavery, it's crazy.
They rolling up, and I'm talking about, listen, I ain't gonna put the city on black, but I know. I see.
Listen. At my slavery, I know a few people that go up there. They be cheaping during the slavery. I used to work, man, in the warehouse, man. I know brothers that got a flask. Let me tell you something. We like to have our strong drink, La Yashala. Right. But goddamn, this is just me. It's not unlawful to have a flask. Right. It's not unlawful to have a flask. But there's no reason why you should be drinking it. And that goes to show you the type of hell we in, Quadazar. We in such hell where you feel as though I gotta be a drunkard early in the morning. I gotta be a junkie early in the morning. Now, alcohol is lawful, but if you abusing it, oh man, then it becomes unlawful to you. Weed and smoking anything is unlawful. But goddamn, man, that's the type of captivity that we in, Quadazar. Right. They practice their evil from the morning is light. Keep going.
You want me to, that's too much on you?
Tone it down. I ain't trying. Look,
yeah, it was a blaze.
Yeah, I mean, it's a while. I appreciate you.
All right. Mm-hmm. Because it is in the power of their hands.
Because it is in the power of their hands. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. It's in the power of their hand to be wicked. It's in the power of your hand to be. Meaning it's easy to be wicked. It's easy to be unbrotherly. It's easy to be unsisterly. That's what they taught us to be. Keep reading. Read verse 2.
I don't copy verse 2. And they covet fields.
And they what?
Covet fields.
And they covet fields. Let me tell you something what's so heavy about this. Covet fields, especially during this time, is heavy, Quadazar.
Right.
The oppressor and come and take your field. They'll come and take what belongs to you.
Right.
Look at what they doing to La Raza. And let me explain something for all the coonery that I have seen on social media by the tribe of Judah. Because I've seen too many so-called Negroes saying, we minded our own business. You know, the Mexicans and the Spanish getting deported, that's not our business. Nigga, it is our business.
Right.
Nigga, it is our business. Right. You don't know your history. Let me tell you something, man. Black man, Latino man and woman, we are family. Right. We are family. Nosotros somos familia una raza. We are one people, black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. And for you cool Negroes on social media talking that, you need to look it up. You know what the Battle of the Alamo was actually about? Making sure that we stayed free. Where Mexicans fought on the behalf of so-called black Americans, the Negroes, the tribe of Judah. Issachar fought for Judah. There's been plenty of instances, man, where the tribes fight for each other. I see too much of that. You calling yourself a foundational Black American. We ran into one of them brothers, you know what I mean, at a doom day. And the car was like, man, brother, can we get an F Donald Trump? Well, I can't say all that. I can't say all that. But what we need is unity with the races. You know what that really sounds like to me? You want unity with white people. You want unity with white people. But you'll bash Native American Indians, you'll bash Hispanics, you'll bash West Indians, and you'll bash, you know what I mean, Haitians. You can't do that. We one people, Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. And trust me, I know one on the other side. I know in the West Indian Islands that they tell you that the Negroes in America ain't nothing. I know they tell our Hispanic brothers and sisters don't mix with us, man. But you know why that is? I'll tell you why that is. The scripture says this. Stay here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to read this for you. I'm going to read this one for you. Bubba Quashaw. Bobbity. Because this is what y'all got to understand about our people. We're going to go to Genesis 49:9. And let me explain something to every Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman out there. And you need to understand something, that the oppressor knows about us. Ooh-wee. Genesis 49:8 says, Judah, thou art whom thy brethren shall praise. The tribe of Judah is the so-called Negro, man. And let me tell you something. All of Israel is talented, from Judah down to Issachar. All of Israel. It says, Judah, thou art whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies. That's heavy. That's heavy for this reason. When it says thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies, is one thing that the oppressor knows that is very dangerous about the tribe of Judah and why they got their hands and they knee, interesting quadrazine, around our neck. Because they know that if we get together with our brothers, round up the tribes, it's over. That's our job, Black man. Go out there and fish your Latino brothers and sisters. Stand up for your Latino brothers and sisters. Stand up for La Raza. Stand up for the Haitians. Stand up for the Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, man. Some of you sound like a bitter old, some of you sound like battered women on social media. Oh, that's none of my business. I'm not down. Meanwhile, you hating on other Judites. This niggas on TikTok talking about you. That ain't none of my business, but you hate your baby mom. You hate your husband. We ain't gonna talk about how Tyrone owe you $20, and you can't forgive that. It says, thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp for the prey, my son. Listen. Ooh-wee. A lion's whelp, young lion. Which is heavy, because it also says, from the prey, my son, thou art gone up who stooped down, who crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? We that old lion right now, but who's going to rouse us up? The Lord is. Now is the time for us to stand up for our people, man. Because an attack on the Mexicans, attack on the Guatemalans, attack on the Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, Chileans, and Argentinians, and all in the tribe of Gad, that's First Nation man and woman, and Seminole Indians, is also an attack on us. We have to stand up for our families, stand up for our brothers, right? Stand up for our sisters. Let's go back to Micah. Go to Micah chapter 2 and verse 2 again.
Oh God, it's the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence.
And they take them by what?
Violence.
How does the oppressor take anything? By violence. Ooh-wee. Take it by violence. That's what they do. That's what they do, Quadazar. That's what they do. Do I have to mention about how they took this country? Talking about, and that's another thing too. That's another thing. Your oppressor is such the devil that you say, this is my country. I fought, I won. I manifested my destiny. Get out of California, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico. You do know all of that is Mexico, right? All of that.
Right.
Arizona, Texas, California, and New Mexico. Yeah, it's all Mexico. It's all Mexico. Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, and Cali. It's all Mexico. And you can forget about the rest. It belongs to that First Nation, the Seminole Indian man and woman. Let me tell you something. And the oppressor is so diabolical. And then they call our brothers and sisters wetbacks. When the white man is the real wetback. How do I know you're the real wetback? You crossed an entire ocean because you didn't want to pay taxes to Henry VIII. And then you came over here and imposed taxes on everybody. Sounds about white. I mean, sounds about right. You know what I mean? Quite design. They covet fields and they take them by violence. They take it by violence. That's how they resort to things. And that's why celebrating their holidays is evil. Anybody that can celebrate Thanksgiving, you are just dastardly. And let me explain why. For you people that say, well, you die, it's a day that we all have off and we can get together with our family. I understand. You can get together with your family any other day. You can. You can get together with your family any other day. That day is a day of mourning for our First Nation and Seminole Indian brothers and sisters. Imagine a people coming into your land. You don't lock them in cages. It's not what the Seminole Indian did, not what the First Nation man and woman did. The tribe of Gad, the tribe of Reuben, so compassionate. Sons and daughters of Israel, so compassionate, so compassionate. Took you in, taught you how to till and grow and work the land, the principles of agriculture. And then what did you do? You repaid our brothers and sisters with violence, with bloodshed. You repaid them by giving them smallpox filled with blankets and pillows, a vicious form of biological warfare. And then you starved them by cutting and unaliving all of the buffalo. And you raped and mutilated women, children, and men. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. El hombre blanco, el sal diablo. Every time I watch the movie Sinners, I just pray. I be watching it quite as and I be like, boy, I just want Reuben to get him. I want Gad to get him. When they showed a little devil vampire running from the Choctaw, running from Gad and Root, boy, I be like, boy, I be praying, just get it. You almost had it. Just saying. But Gad is going to have his day. Reuben is going to have their day. Issachar is going to have their day. More importantly, the Lord is going to have his day. And it's going to be a beautiful day when our King returns and makes quick work of the oppressor for what you have done to our men, women, and babies. For what you have done. They covet fields and take them by violence. Read.
And houses.
And they houses. Keep going.
And take them away.
And take them away. Take away houses, take away land. That's what you did to Issachar. That's what you did to Gad. What you did to Reuben. What you did to Judah. Benjamin and Levi and Simeon. Come on now. You know how much money England owes Jamaica? You know how much money Great Britain? Let me tell you something. Marah got a joke that I find hilarious because you know we founded Britain, black men and women. You know what's funny? We the only people that have found something that didn't put great in the name. But you know how much money Britain owes our people? You chased us up out of there, locked us up, enslaved us, put us in chains. You know how much money France owes Haiti? France owes Haiti like $6 billion. I might be lowballing the number. They owe France like $6 billion. You know how much money the English owe the West Indians? You know how much money Spain owes the Mexicans? That Spain owes the First Nation man and woman? Because let me explain something to you silly FBAs, right? They'll be like, oh, we're the ones that went into slavery. I'm going to tell you who else went into slavery. Native American Indians went into slavery too. The conquistador, Cortez and them boys came. And they enslaved the tribe of Gad. They put our Gadite brothers and sisters on cargo slave ships and sent them to Spain. Sent Issachar to Spain. Came into Mexico and raped and pillaged, man. And in Central America and South America. The transatlantic slave trade started with the so-called Northern Kingdom. Ephraim, Manasseh, the so-called Taino Indians. Asher, who's the Colombians. Forget about Naphtali, Argentina to Chile. You can forget about, you know what I mean, Zebulon, Panama. Let me tell you something. The oppressor is so dastardly, so wicked. Scripture says they take them by violence in their houses. Keep reading.
I don't come. And take them away.
And take them away. Ooh-wee. Where'd you get put away to? I'll tell you, slavery. Keep going.
I don't come. So they oppress a man in his house.
And they oppress what? That's heavy. Read that again.
So they oppress a man in his house.
And they oppress a man in his house. Listen, man, black man, we oppressed in the house. Oppressed in the house. How do you know? Because in the late 60s and early 70s, you know what I mean? When they started giving public assistance, the food stamps, you know what I mean? Bringing out child support and all the different government programs for our women, who couldn't be there? The black man couldn't be there. The Latino man couldn't be there. Even if you sign a birth certificate today and your wife files for food stamps or for assistance, they automatically go put you on child support, black man, Latino man, First Nation man.
Right.
They oppress a man in his own house. Read.
Even a man and his heritage.
Even a man and his heritage. Even a man and his heritage, man. They don't want us to know that we're the real Jews. They don't want us to know that La Raza. Listen, man, what's so beautiful about our Hispanic brothers and sisters is the history. What's so beautiful about the First Nation and Seminole Indian man and woman is the history. Because before you were Mexican, before you were First Nation, before you were Seminole Indian, before you were a Negro, before you were a West Indian, a Haitian, or a Dominican, a Puerto Rican, a Cuban, or Chilean, you were an Israelite. We're the Jews of antiquity, man. They oppress a man in his house and his heritage, man. They don't want us to know who we are. 2 Maccabees 6:6, man, says, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. You can't call yourself a Jew today. They don't want us to know that. They don't want us to come. They don't want us to come back to our real identity, Quatazah. When Cortez and Columbus came over here, when Christopher Columbus came over here, he had Hebrew interpreters. Why did he have Hebrew interpreters? Because the so-called Hispanics, the so-called natives, First Nation, and Seminole Indians spoke Hebrew. That's our language. The Lashawan Quadash. They oppress a man and his heritage. They don't want us to come back to who we really are. That's why it's important for black and brown to come back, because we're the people of the Bible. We're the people of that rich heritage, man. Do not let the oppressor fool you. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's walking around with an identity that's not his. Goldberg ain't a Jew.
Right.
Heisenberg ain't a Jew. Steinberg ain't a Jew. He's the devil. Let me tell you something. He got something coming to him. But in the meantime of him having something coming to him, this is what we got to understand. Drop down to verse 10. This is what we got to do. Knowing all that, we got to do this right here.
Verse 10. And flee and depart.
Read.
Arise ye and depart.
The Lord said, arise ye and depart. That's so heavy. I'll tell you why. When he said, arise ye and depart, guess what? We have to come out of this captivity. Meaning we have to take our mind out of this place. You got to take your mind out of America. Your mind, listen, we got I.S.U.P.K got a shirt, man, that says brainwashed. And that's what they say. They're like, oh, your dye is brainwashed. Quatazar Karab, you know, he's brainwashed. You're damn right. Because our brains was filthy, covered in the filth of America, man. Right. The Lord said, arise ye and depart. We don't got to get on a boat and go to Zimbabwe. We don't got to get on a plane and go to Egypt. No. Take your mind out of America. Don't celebrate their holidays. Don't celebrate 4th of July. Don't celebrate none of this stuff, man. Celebrate Christmas. Celebrate Thanksgiving. Don't celebrate these holidays of the oppressor. Don't do what they do. Arise ye and depart. Why? Read.
For this is not your rest.
But this is not what?
Your rest.
This is not your rest. This is not our rest, black man and woman. Right. How can we find rest in this place? We are being abused daily.
Right.
How can we find rest when they kick our doors down? How can we find rest when the greatest people on this earth, the Mexicans are the greatest people on this earth, hardest working too, working for pennies on the dollar. Pennies on the dollar, huddling up, you know what I mean, in small 1-bedroom apartments, coming together, not bothering nobody. But that's who you want to oppress. That's who you want to oppress. You want to break in and separate fathers from their children, mothers from their children, husbands from their wives, wives from their husbands. You don't do that to nobody else. Let me tell you something. If ICE really wanted to listen, they need to call me. Let me tell you something about that. If ICE called me, you know what I tell them? Don't worry about the Mexicans. They cool. It's their land anyway. They cool. They are people. You know where you need to go? Chinatown. You want to clean up? You want to hit your quota? Go to Chinatown. Oh, yeah. You want to go? Listen, I'm from Southwest Philly. The car, no, he's from Southwest too. Land of the dusty slippers. Go to 59th and Woodland and go on there. Go to 59th all the way to like 70th. Ooh-wee. They'll clean up in Little Wakanda. You know why they're not going to do that? Because the Chinese stick together. They stick together, and they got a country behind them. Same thing with them Hamites. That's why we got to come together, Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. We come together here in the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander General YAHANNA. Ooh-wee. We might just provoke the Most High for us to come back and come together strong. We're already coming together, but to come back stronger and fill up these classrooms, guess what? Listen, man. Lord might be like, listen, Christ, it's time. It's game time. That's the day we're waiting for. The scripture says to arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Why? Keep reading.
It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction.
Read it again. From because it is what?
Because it is polluted.
This place is polluted. Because it is polluted. How do we know it's polluted? Let me tell you something. Do you know how many little pride wristbands I saw today called that? I'm looking like, what in the? And I got to remember, this is so-called Pride Month. And let me tell you something. It was tripping me out quite a lot. Because it's like, damn, I said, y'all get a whole month to declare your proclivities to everybody? To say I'm a deviant? Listen, the Lord ain't with it. And this is another misconception, right? That the so-called LGBTQ has with the I.S.U.P.K. Believe it or not, we don't have nothing against the LGBTQ. White man, if you want to go live your sodomite lifestyle, go do it. Asian man and woman, if you want to go do it, do it. Africans, y'all was the original ones. Egypt was the first metropolitan LGBTQP community. The P is for pedophilia. Listen, explain something. We got a problem with black men and women being in your community. We got a problem with Latino men and women being in your community. We got a problem with First Nation and Seminole Indian men being and women being in your community. We can give a damn about you. You can go live your sodomite lifestyle, but leave our people out of it. The Lord's people, black man and woman, we ain't supposed to be in that lifestyle. We ain't supposed to live like that. And guess what? When the day of our King comes, none of you will live like that. Right. And we're so heavy about that quite a bit. Even other heathens will rejoice in that day. You know why? Because little kids ain't gonna get molested and touched no more. Right. When black and Latino and First Nation men rule this earth, it will be no more molestation. It will be no more rape. It will be no more, you know what I mean? It will be no more proclivities. It will be no more sexual innuendos. Nah. It ain't gonna be no more of that. You better believe it. This place is polluted, and they promote it. They promote it to our people. I was watching, brother. Let me tell you something. The other day I was on TikTok quite a lot. I almost threw up, man. I almost threw up. I was watching Dwayne Wade in the interview, and they turned to his son. Brother, I was at the slavery. I was about to, man, I needed a drink. America has destroyed our people, man. That is not the lifestyle that we are supposed to live. This place is polluted. Our God told us, too, that pork was an abomination to us. But the white man said it's the other white meat. Like, come on now. Like, marriage is between a man and a woman. Sex is marriage according to God. The oppressor's like, oh no, marriage is a contract, you know what I mean, through the U.S. court system. That is not marriage according to God. When you lay down with that man, sister, or brother, when you lay down with that sister, that's marriage according to God. This place is polluted. They want you to be a deviant. Listen, I was looking at some TikTok earlier. A brother was like, man, girl, it's over. You got an OnlyFans. And she was like, are you going to pay my bills? And this sister's in the comment like, well, she's right. If he's not going to do this, my question is, why is how come when hard times come, the first thing you resort to is shaking your ass on the internet and making an OnlyFans? I'll tell you why. Because the oppressor made that fashionable. He made that cool. What do you mean by that, Gedai? Let me tell you something. People act like whoredom is something that came natural to our women. The white woman was the original whore. The white woman would sleep with anybody. She would sleep with everybody in your room, this room, and in the horse stables. Or if it's alive, she'll lay down with it. Hell, if it's not alive, if it's an inanimate object, she'll lay down with that too. We ain't supposed to live like that. We not. And that's who sisters look up to. You look up to Marilyn Monroe. They got a new Marilyn Monroe now. You know what I mean? She out here messing with everybody. It's a lot. A new one. It's one every generation. And now they make our sisters be like that. It's so polluted, they want you to be like a Glorilla. They want you to be like a Sexy Red, which is crazy. Well, sister, it was never meant for you to be like that. Brother, it's sad, right? They want you to be feminine. They want you, you know what I mean, to act like a woman. And that's what they promote. It's a rough spot, quite a lot. This place is polluted. That's why we have to arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. How can we have rest? Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. That's why we have to understand. The more we live like this in this place, it'll destroy us, man. The Lord had never intended for us to be like them. We can't. We can't. And the problem is, the people you look up to, they make it seem like it's fashionable until it's not. Ask P. Diddy. Ask Puffy. We James 4:4. Look at P. Diddy, quite as that. Can't stop, won't stop. It's a rough one. That's a rough one, quite as that. Can't live like the oppressor, and the oppressor can do it and get away with it. me tell you something. What Diddy was doing in them free calls, that ain't nothing new. That's a regular Tuesday for the oppressor. That's a regular Friday. It's a regular Friday. What will you do to get famous? Some of y'all do that. Some of y'all, listen, some people, listen, quite as I leave the truth to go seek out a music deal. And brother, the day you blow up, it's gonna be the day I'm like, yeah, he got by the diddler. That's what you jumped off the porch for? It's a lot. I'm just saying, what won't you do for money? That's a rough one. You could have had the kingdom. You decided to sell out for what? That's why the scripture says, man, what profit shall a man get if he gain the whole world but lose his own soul? To lose your morality, man. Let me tell you something, man. Brother I know is my slavery, man. Shank a good brother. Crazy Egyptologist, brother. Your brother was some morals. He was telling me back in the day, him and his two homies, they were trying to make it in the music industry. They went to some little fashion show and they sat everybody down and put like a movie on. And there was a whole bunch of men on men. And he said he got up the hell up out of there, ran out, stormed out. But his homies, they stayed. They was like, yeah, man, you know, this is what we got to do. And I was like, brother, you have morals. Right. You have morality. Because believe it or not, them brothers that stayed, they'll do more than just watch. They'll do more than just watch. Right. What will you do to get famous? Read what you got, Quantazan.
The book of James, chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
Friendship of the world is enmity. Enmity. What is the definition of enmity? Alexa, what is the definition of enmity?
Empathy is the ability to understand and
Alexa,
share the
stop. Enmity. What's the definition of enmity? Enmity, Salaki. Alexa don't know.
I'm not quite sure how to help you.
Alexa,
with that.
stop. Normally she know everything. Now, enmity. I'm gonna read it from the Oxford Dictionary. Enmity, the state of feeling of being actively opposed or hostile to someone or something. Don't you know that friendship with the world, you being hostile to the Most High, you want to be a friend of America, you're hostile to God. You know how many people I talk to, Quadazai, that claim they love God, but you eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster? In reality, you hate God. Because if you love God, you wouldn't eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. Right. It's about, oh, I love Christ. What you celebrating your birthday for? What you celebrating Christmas for? What you celebrating Thanksgiving for? You actually hate Christ. How do I know? Because Christ didn't do none of those things. You want to be friends with the world, but the scripture says that friendship of the world is enmity to God. Go ahead, Quadazai.
This is why a lot of black children is destroyed. Because the parents want to be friends with them, instead of being parents with them. Giving them, laws and structure and stuff like that. This is why they're doing what they're doing today.
Brother, I wish I would be friends with any. Brother, let me tell you something. What I was saying is heavy, man. You want to be friends with your kids. You want to compromise. Let me tell you something. My parents was old school. My parents was not my friends. My mother I'm 33 years old. My mother tell me to this day, I ain't one of your little friends. My father was the same way. Can't be friends. Listen, that's the problem. You seeking that same fellowship with the oppressor. Right. Let me give you a prime example, right? There's some foolish Negroes and Hispanics out there that was thinking that Donald Trump was going to help and save them. Yeah. That's a rough one. Now you know who the devil is, man. You thought you could be friends with Trump. And on the other side, the brother told me earlier, older brother was like, yeah, they wanted Trump. They should have got Kamala. I'm like, nigga, Kamala wanted grown men like me and you to go in the women's bathroom. Like that was cool. Either side is wicked, man. And you should be sick and tired of voting for the lesser of two evils, man. When you shouldn't even be putting your vote behind the oppressor or any of these other nations. Your vote should be with Christ. That's who your vote should be. Your problem is you want friendship with the world. But friendship of the world is what?
Whosoever, or enmity with God.
Enmity with God. Oh, wait. If you thinking you can be friends with the oppressor, being a friend of this world, you got another thing coming. You think, listen, I say it all the time, you think you free, white, and 21. I know, listen, we all know brothers and sisters like that. You think, you know what I mean, you white. You think, you know what I mean, the oppressor is cool. You don't know who the devil is. You don't know who our enemy is. You're going to find out. You're seeing it now. You should already know what he's doing to our Hispanic brothers and sisters. He ain't do that to the Ukrainians. We watched over 500,000 Ukrainians walk through the Mexican border. Right. I watched the Arabs. The Arabs flew over here. Last time the Arabs was on planes, 9/11. Right. Like, what we doing? I don't know. Like, last time Arabs was flying over here in planes, 9/11 happened. But guess what? Now they letting them. They flew when the Taliban, when America backed out of Afghanistan. You remember Quatazai, when America backed out of Afghanistan, they let the Afghanistanis and other Arabs come over here, put them in nice hotels, and now they got little meat markets. They got little halal stands, more Crown Fried Chicken in our neighborhoods, by the way, oppressing blacks and Latinos. Do the same thing with the Chinese. Let them come over. Let the Africans come over. Let the white Ukrainians come over. But you got a problem with Mexicans? You got a problem with Guatemalans? You got a problem with Argentinians? You got a problem with Chileans? You got a problem with West Indians? You got a problem with Haitians? You know why that is? Because the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Right. And Haitians, Dominicans, Cubans, Argentinians, Chileans, Slovakia, you know what I mean? Guatemalans and Mexicans are the children of Israel. And so is that so-called Negro in America. We are the children of Israel. That is why we get attacked. That is why we get oppressed. Oppressor got his foot on our necks. It says, don't you, ye adulterers and adulteresses. Why is the Lord likening us to an adulterer and to an adulteress? Because we worshiping the gods of these other nations. You want to be friends with these other nations. You want to serve their gods. You want to live their lifestyle. You want to be in the Catholic Church. Why there are still Hispanics in the Catholic Church, Quatazah, is befuddling to me. Don't you know how popes are chosen? When a pope dies, I can tell you how YAHUSHA about that, for that too. When a pope dies, you know what they do? The white people get together in the Vatican, and other heathens, they tally up the numbers of how many kids they molested. And whoever molested the most kids, that's how they pick the next pope. This new pope out of Chicago, he was molesting kids from Chicago to Philly, New York to Argentina. Yeah. I was like, damn, yeah. That's a lot of kids. And you want to be in the Catholic Church? You want to be a Muslim? You want to be a Muslim? They must not know about Aisha, how Muhammad, you know what I mean, raped and abused a 6-year-old girl. That in Islam, if your wife gets out of line, you can punch her in her face. But Islam is for our people. All you are is a whore and a khimar. All you are is a regular drug dealer with a dress on. Islam can't save our people. Christianity and Catholicism can't save our people. How about try the thing that works? And I know some of you are probably like, oh, you die. This is so harsh. This is so rough. Why are you speaking in this manner? This is real love, because we love you, black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. We love you so much that we go out to the streets and have these classes and teach our people, man, to come out of that lifestyle. This is real love. It says, ye adulterers and adulteresses. You're an adulterer and adulteress because you're cheating on our God with Baal, with Caesar Borgia, with Muhammad, with Buddha. Like, good night. What? Don't you know that all the gods of these other nations are nothing? Right. These other gods of these other nations that you want to go and turn to are nothing according to our God. And I'm going to get the precept. Stay where you at, Quatazah. I'm going to read this. We're going to go to Psalms 96 and verse 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. It's one of my favorite precepts, man. For all the gods of the nations are idols. Buddha is an idol. Shiva is an idol. Yes, Shiva for the little East Indians. The 7-Eleven music that you get your hot dog and Slurpee to. They're idols. Muhammad is an idol. Caesar Borgia is an idol. But Yahweh, he's the one that's real. Our God said, thou shalt have no other gods before me. But ye adulterers and adulteresses, you want to go after the other gods. You know what God we need, black man and woman, Latino man and woman, First Nation man and woman? We need the nigger God.
Right.
That's the God we need. We need the nigger God. Because the most high God of this Bible, believe it or not, is a nigger. I'm going to show it to you. Keep reading.
Oh God. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world. If you are black or Latino and you pro LGBTQP, if you are black or Latino and think it's all right to eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, you are an enemy of God. If you choose in the oppressor's world, you want to be a friend of the world, a friend of Esau, a friend of these other nations, you are an enemy of God. Can't be that black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. Can't be that. It's rough all the time. This is what we have to do, man. Drop down to verse 7.
Verse 7.
This is what we need to do as blacks, Latinos, and First Nation man and woman when it comes to the influence of the oppressor, when it comes to the influence of these other nations. Read.
God. Submit yourselves, therefore, to God.
Submit yourselves, therefore, to the Most High. Submit yourselves to God. Submit yourselves to the Most High, Yahweh. Read.
And he will flee from you.
Read that again.
God. Resist the devil.
Submit. Read it from the top.
God.
James 4:7.
Submit yourselves, therefore, to God.
Submit yourselves to God. Submit yourselves to the power. Keep going. To the Most High.
Resist the devil.
Resist the devil. Resist Esau. Resist celebrating your birthday. Resist Christmas. Resist Thanksgiving. Resist 4th of July. Resist all of these other holidays, man. Resist the devil. Read.
Verse 8. And he will flee from you.
And he will flee from you. Have you ever tried being a Jew? Have you ever tried coming back to our natural heritage,
right,
who we really are, our identity? Try it. Keep going.
Verse 8, draw nigh to God.
Draw nigh to God. Another one of my favorite precepts, man. If you draw nigh to the Most High, and drawing nigh to the Most High is putting the drugs down. Stop being a sexual deviant. Stop being an unaliver. Stop being a murderer. Stop being a junkie. Keep reading. Draw nigh to God, read.
And he will draw nigh to you.
And he will draw nigh to you. Draw nigh to the Most High, and he will draw nigh to you. Meaning this, if you put the world off of you, if you change, that's why I have the utmost respect for brothers and sisters who come in this truth, for brothers that come up in here, that put on that all black, to become a trooper, to become an officer, to graduate Hebrew Academy. You have my respect. And I'm going to tell you why. Because that is an incredible thing to do. It is an honorable thing to do. And there are not too many men like you, not too many sisters that will tear the world off for them, to stop, you know what I mean, what the world has taught them, to come back and do what the Lord says. That if you lay down with a man, guess what? You're going to be with that man. You're going to submit yourself to him. You're not going to eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster no more. You're not going to celebrate these holidays no more. That's drawing nigh to God. If you draw nigh to the Most High draw nigh to you. Keep reading.
Cleanse your hands, ye sinners.
Cleanse your hands, ye sinners. Cleanse your hand of your birthday. Cleanse your hands of shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. Cleanse your hands of smoking weed. And listen, I understand it's a process. I don't expect you to quit cold turkey. I don't expect you, you know what I mean, to just up and just, quit and stop what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's a process.
Right.
But cleansing your hands meaning you are willing to try. That you are willing to come in here and do what the Lord says to do. To put it behind you. I'll give you a story for myself, man. I'll tell you the day I stopped smoking weed. It was around February 2019. I went to a 90s 2000 party, man. I was like, man, I ain't gonna get high no more. I said, I ain't gonna get high no more. And I came in the truth April 29th. And when General YAHUSHUA sat here and said that smoking weed is unlawful, right, that we shouldn't be smoking, I said, damn, I'm already clean. I stopped. That was easy. My brother who was here with me, he was like, damn. He said he couldn't smoke weed, mess with white girls and eat tuna. That nigga ain't come back to class. He an individual, like, by the way, on Facebook and Twitter. You know, he one of them. You know, it was the white girls and the tuna and the weed that got him. That's a lie. General YAHUSHUA broke his heart. And listen, there was a demon on me that didn't want me to come to class that day. And that brother was the one that drugged me to class. I had to look myself in the mirror and say, I'm coming. I'm glad I came, man. I'm glad I came. It was the greatest decision I ever made in my life. And I know that was the Lord, man. I remember it like it was yesterday. Precinct Officer Malakia was on Shamar. I sat next to Precinct Officer YAHUAH, may he rise again. Right. General YAHUSHUA taught the class. It was heavy, man. It was heavy. Draw nigh to God, he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners. Clean yourself up, man. Attempt to be righteous. Try faking it for a little bit. You might like it. Try faking it. Just might change your life. Keep reading.
And purify your hearts, ye double-minded.
And purify your hearts, ye double-minded. Ooh-wee. Purify your hearts, ye double-minded. Hey, I know you double-minded. You think you left something in the world. Some of you think that you left a treasure, that you left something behind. You know what you left behind? You left death behind. Don't be double-minded. Scripture says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You don't want to be that. Don't be that brother that's in the truth, man. That's strong. And then you fall weak, start hanging around the wrong people, and jump clean off the porch. Don't be that brother. I've seen it happen too many times to men I respected, men I looked up to, men I wanted to be like, that was stronger than me. Fell weak. Don't fall weak. Don't be that brother. You got to remain solid in this truth. Something that Captain Ahmad used to always say to me, man. Big shout out to Captain 10,000 Ahmad, you sure. Never lose that zeal. Something that 13 Shield Commander Johnny YAHANNA would tell me, man. Commander Johnny YAHANNA would be like, you're dying. Always remember why you came in here. Remember what you left. Remember what your life was before. And I'm like, man, General, I remember. And I advise you to do the same. Right. Think about your life before the truth. It was hell. Right. You ain't leave nothing behind. Like you lost something. Can't do that. Don't be that brother. Don't be that sister. You see what's going on in the earth right now. World War III. Iran is getting bombed right now. They trying to round up the tribe of I.S.U.K in the streets right now. It's going down. You can't afford to be indecisive, man. You can't afford to be, well, I don't know if this is the truth or not. Damn all that. You got to make your decision, man. Right. Now is the time to get down and lay down. Now is the time to ride or die. Listen, man, it's the fourth quarter with less than 2 minutes left. Mm-hmm. I pray you understand. Right. We got to realize, Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman, World War III, it's right here. It's right here. And it's all throughout the scripture. Can I get Joel, the 3rd chapter, for sure? This is all prophesied. This is all spoken about. Oh, yeah, I'm going to take you to Joel, the 3rd chapter, and then we're going to go to Matthew. I'm going to show it to you. Give me Joel, the 3rd chapter, and start at verse 1, Bubba. Show.
Book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah.
The captivity of who?
Judah.
The captivity of Judah. The Lord said in those times, I will bring again the captivity of Judah. Now, you know what's so heavy about this part of that? We in that captivity right now. Is Judah not in that captivity? Black, Latino, First Nation, man and woman, are we not in slavery? Some of you don't think you slaves. That's the problem. If you have a light bill, if you behind on your PICO bill, like me, you are in captivity. You are in slavery. If you work an elevator plantation, I'm gonna say it again. If you work an elevator plantation, a slavery, you're in captivity. You're paying for water. Listen, paying for air, paying for air. Behold, in those days, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah, read.
I will come. When I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2. I will gather all nations.
Lord said He gonna gather all nations. How is He gathering all nations? I'll tell you. All nations are being gathered. Keep going.
And will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
We'll bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. The valley of Jehoshaphat is right there in that Middle East. Right over there in Israel, over there in Iraq and Iran. It's going down. You know why it's a war zone right now? Because that's what the Lord deemed it to be. He's bringing all nations getting ready to get involved with it. You see, Trump is like, Iran, you better get on. There's going to be more bombs. World War III right here, Quatazar. Russia not backing down from the Ukraine. Ukraine ain't trying to back down neither. Wait till Saudi Arabia get in the mix. That's what I'm waiting for. Commander General YAHANNA said, when Saudi Arabia get in the mix, pack your bags. Pack your bags. Keep going.
Verse, it's like, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
And will plead with them there for my people and my heritage Israel. Meaning the Lord is going to go to war for us on our behalf. It's going to plead for us. Why? Because of what you're doing to the Mexicans. For what you've done to the First Nation and Seminole Indian man and woman, man. Keep going.
Whom they have scattered among the nations.
Whom they have scattered amongst the nations. We've been scattered everywhere, man. We've been scattered among all these nations. We've been destroyed. We've been abused. And nobody fights for us. That's why it is silly and stupid for you Negroes to be on TikTok talking about, well, you know, this is none of our business. We shouldn't worry about what's going on with the Mexicans. How dumb do you sound? When you beg for attention from your white daddy all the time. You think he won't do it to you too? He's been doing it to us. He's been doing it to us. Now it's the time for black and brown to get together. We have a rich history, black man, Latino man and woman. Listen, man, General Hyman was breaking down not too long ago about how the tribe Issachar helped David get the kingdom. When black and brown come together, it's always something. I'll give you a prime example, man. I was watching Judah and the Black Messiah with my sister, right? Just to braid my hair, we watching the Black Panther movie. And you know what the main thing was on why J. Edgar Hoover said that Fred Hampton and the Black Panther Party was the greatest threat to national security? Because the Black Panther Party got together with them brown berets. You know who the brown berets is, right? Issachar. When Fred Hampton and the black man and the Black Panthers start getting together with Issachar, Fred Hampton was like, J. Edgar Hoover was like, hold up, Fred Hampton got to die. This is the greatest threat to national security. And it was so heavy, right? My sister said at the end of the movie when they assassinated Fred Hampton, because Fred Hampton, honorable brother, man, for what he tried to do. You know what I mean? Any brother that fought on the behalf of our people, man, and Fred Hampton wasn't in the truth. He wasn't in the truth. But you got solid, you got brothers like Fred Hampton, Demar Beasley, Nat Turner, you know what I mean, Jean-Jacques, Strong brothers, man, that didn't take no mess from Esau. You know what I mean? Plenty of SICARII brothers, you know what I mean? What's the one brother's name? Oh, man, in California, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, man, it's on the tip of my tongue. Man, it'll come to me. It's going to come to me later. I respect brothers like that stood up and fought on the behalf of Israel, on blacks and Latinos, man. And when we got to realize, man, my sister said at the end of the movie, she was like, damn, like it was was that the end after Fred Hampton died? Like, was that the end of like, you know, leadership for blacks and Latinos? Fred Hampton, I said, no, sis, it wasn't the end. Fred Hampton was assassinated in 1969. The truth was born in 1969. Or continued. Salak. There were brothers that knew they were Israelites, but that's when Abba Bibbins, you know what I mean, the chief head priest, YAHUAH, chief head priest, Mashal and Ariyah, you know what I mean, stood up. And the I.S.U.P.K was born. So when the Lord sent his prophets back in 1969, we're the leaders of our people, of blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Every black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman, if you're looking for strong leadership, look no other to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under 13 Shield, commanding General YAHANNA. That's where it's at. Keep reading.
And parted my land.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3.
And parted my land. Listen, man, parted the Lord's land, scattered it, destroyed it. Now the heathens inhabit it now. The heathens right now are fighting over land that don't belong to them. You over there oppressing the Palestinians. The real land question ain't been raised yet, because that land don't belong to the Palestinians or the white man that called himself a Jew. Right. That land belongs to niggas, man, Latinos and Native American Indians. Keep reading.
Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people.
They've cast lots. They did shit in. The dice quarters out, bang, boom. Cast lots for us, man. Bet on us. Took us. Keep going.
And have given a boy for a harlot.
Traded a boy for a harlot. Keep reading.
And sold a girl for wine.
And sold a girl for wine. Abusing our people, man. Abusing our men, women, and babies. Keep going.
That they may drink. They might drink.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 6, verse 4. Yea. And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? With Tyre and Zidon. Keep going. These other heathen nations, man, that are in our land. Keep going. And all the coast of Palestine.
And all the coast of Palestine. All of that is our land. Let me explain something. I don't think people understand how big Israel is. The Lord told us that wherever our feet trod it when we was going in, that's our land. Israel is a lot bigger than what you think. Tyre, Zidon, Palestine, all of that is our land, even into Saudi Arabia. Even out there in Iraq and Iran, that's a lot. All of that is our land, man. That don't belong to these other nations. That belong to us. We're those people that say, oh, they're African. We're not African. First of all skin folk ain't kin folk.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's something Officer Marab would always teach me, man, when I was a young brother, young man and trooper. He'd be like, man, get down. We used to camp one time, Quarters me and Iba, we troopers. Iba, listen, Iba to tell you, Officer Marab sent me and Iba then to go get Dunkin' Donuts. You know what I mean? Like, all right, troopers, go in there and get Dunkin' Donuts for everybody. So we go in there, we get the Dunkin' Donuts, we come out. He said, who was in there? He said, Ishmael or Elam. I was like, shit, I don't know. Rob was like, me neither. But here's the thing. You know that Elam and Ishmael are two different people. The East Indians and the Arabs are two different people. They ain't the same. Call an Arab an East Indian and see what happens. Call an East Indian an Arab and see what happens. Brother, my friend, I am not Arab. I am Abdul Sharik Kolu Mowgli. Yeah. Punjabi MC. Thank you, come again. They know. They two different people. They look alike. They ain't the same. Chinese and Japanese. You think it's hard to tell the difference? Yeah. But they two different nations of people. The Chinese descend from Moab. The Japanese descend from Ammon. Two different people. And what's crazy, North and South Korea, technically, they're Moabites. And the Mongols and the Mongolia, all of them, you know, China, Mongolia, North and South Korea, technically, they all Moab. And here's the thing. What we got to realize, Black, Latino, and First Nation, man and woman, we are not African.
Right.
They didn't do this to Hamites. They did this to us. Off the coast of Tyre, Zidon, and the coast of Palestine, all that is our land. Keep going.
Will ye render me a recompense?
Will ye render me a recompense? Will you, listen, was so heavy. Will he render me a recompense? Ooh-wee. You know what recompense means, right? Sum it up for you. Recompense is the get back.
Right.
That's the get back. Keep going.
Upon your own head.
Listen, the recompense, it's going to come back upon your own head. Keep going.
Verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold.
Listen, man, you got to make amends, man. That's what recompense means. You got to make amends. You got to get the get back. You got to pay what you stole. Keep going.
And have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
You took the goodly pleasant things. You took the Lord's silver, the gold, carried, you know what I mean, into the temples, my goodly pleasant things. Keep going.
Verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have been sold unto the Grecians.
Ooh-wee. It says the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem ye have sold unto the Grecians. Oh, Kwatazakara. What does that mean when it says you sold the children of Israel to the Grecians? Meaning they sold us to the Greeks.
Right.
Who are the so-called Greeks today? Oh, that's right. The Romans. The Greeks and the Romans. Oh, man, the oppressor. And what's so heavy about that, when you read in Daniel, the 7th chapter, Black and Latino, First Nation man and woman, can't go into it in depth, but I'll give you a quick one. When you read in Daniel, the 7th chapter, right, when it talks about like that lion with eagle's wings, that's talking about Babylon. You know, us going into Babylon. The second, the bear, we're talking about the Persian, the Medo-Persian Empire. And when it talks about the leopard, that's talking about the Greek Empire. And then when the fourth one, the dreadful beast, you know what I mean? Ooh-wee. That had iron teeth, that was the Roman Empire. When we were sold unto the Greeks, when we got put under the thumb of Alexander the Greek, ooh-wee, quite a time. Ooh-wee. You want to talk about Jacob's trouble? We in Jacob's trouble.
Right.
We in it. We've been in trouble for a minute under the Greeks and the Romans, under the white man, man. It says we were sold unto the Grecians. Read.
That ye might remove them far from their borders.
Mm-hmm. They may remove them from their border. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. What does it mean when you remove them from their border? You sold us, man. Took us away from Jerusalem. Took us away from Israel, from Zion, man. And sold us, you know what I mean, to the oppressor. Sold us to these other nations, abused us.
Right.
That's what they did. That's in the Bible. This is Joel, the 3rd chapter. It's right here in the Bible. Keep going.
Verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of that place whither ye have sold them.
Ooh-wee. But he said, I will raise them out of the place whether ye have sold them. Ooh-wee. It says, I will raise them out of the place. We're going to get risen up out of America. Ooh-wee. Keep going.
And will return your recompense upon your own head.
Ooh-wee. And will return your recompense upon your own head. You're going to make amends. The Lord going to make amends.
Right.
Now you going into captivity. Now your sons and daughters are going into slavery. Keep going. Read verse 8.
Verse 8, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah.
And they will what?
Sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah.
Let me tell you something. I got dreams, Quatazai. Y'all should see some of the shit that go on in my mind. It's lucky for the language. I'll tell you, I'll share with y'all one of my dreams, brother. I just see myself on, like, you know, one of them mountain horses. You know what I mean? Like, you know, them big mountain horses. Everybody know I'm a Broncos fan. You know, nice black big Bronco. I ride them. And I go down, you know what I mean, to, you know, Quatazai's plantation. And I'm like, the dope. Let me inspect your inventory. I go in the barn. I see, you know, Sally Mae. I see Gretchen holding her little Edomite baby, holding little Bob. Holding Bob. You know what I'm gonna do? Man, I'm gonna take Bob. And I'm gonna snatch Bob from his mother. And the father is gonna run up to me, Quatazai. He gonna run up and be like, please, nigga, master nigga, please. And I want you to call me nigga in that day. I want you to. I do. Like, I'm gonna need that. I don't want to be called Lord Yediah, sir. Just call me nigga, master nigga. Please, nigga, he's only a baby. I'm like, don't worry. You'll see him again. And then a few years later, I'm gonna come back with that child. Set him on the ground, set little Bob down, let Bob do little wild Edomite stuff, you know, run around and stuff, shoes off, whatever, putting dirt in his face and mouth. And the mother's gonna have the heart to come up to me and ask, is that my child? Master nigga, is that my child? Please, please. I'm gonna look at her, look at Bob, look back at her, put him on the back of the Bronco, ride off, and sell him to IBOD.
Right.
I can't wait to do that. I cannot wait to be bigger than Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk selling your children. I can't wait. You know why? Because you do it to us. You do it to our babies. You snatch our babies up and put them in cages where they sleep on concrete floors, where they lay with aluminum foil to cover themselves with, and you abuse them. There's going to come a time where your kids are going to be locked in cages. And believe it or not, we're not going to abuse your children. You abuse our babies sexually. You molest our children. There ain't going to be none of that in the kingdom. So you don't got to worry about being molested or raped or anything like that. That's against our law. And we're better than you. We're not monsters. But you will go into captivity. Your children will be sold. You'll be sold. You better believe it. You better believe it. Because of what you've done to our babies, we're going to put yours on eBay. We're going to put yours on Amazon. We're going to put yours on Wish. Wish is for your Down syndrome children. It's going to be a picture of Justin Bieber. You're going to get the thing from the Goonies. That's what you're going to get. Thus saith the Lord. That's in the Bible. Revelations 13:9. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Who that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Some of you are probably like, Yediah, you are an evil man for all of that. No. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. I'm telling you, Quatazai.
Right.
I can't wait. I cannot wait, brother. My parents gonna be like, Yediah, what about Bob? They're gonna be asking me, what about Bob? Like, Bob is fine. He's an I.B.O.W plantation. He's fighting for his freedom. Freedom is going to be the name of Nathaniel Allah's plantation. See, that's a little game that we're going to have. You know what I mean? I.B.O.W's plantation is going to be called liberation. Thuns is going to be called freedom. And when you win your freedom, you get to go to another plantation. You win your liberation, you get to go to a plantation. Ain't that fair, Quatazai? Oh, man, I'll tell you another thing. I can't wait to deny y'all PTO. Even though y'all ain't going to have PTO in the kingdom. Shalaki, Quatazai looked at me like, they can get paid time off? No. You get the Sabbath, and that's it. I wish one of y'all Edomites would ask me for a day off, and it's not the Sabbath. I might swing on you. Salaki. I'm going to sit down and tell you, I need you for this day. I'm going to need you for what you have done to us. Scripture says, And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. We're going to sell your babies. We're going to sell y'all. Thus saith the Lord. Listen, and which is important that we need to understand with all this, this is prophecy for what you have done to our people. Keep going.
And they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord has spoken. Verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war.
Proclaim what?
Prepare war.
Proclaim this among the Gentiles, among the nations. Prepare war. Prepare war, man. We getting ready to go to war, man. World War III is right there. But it's a spiritual war. We fighting Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. That's the war we got to fight. You ain't got to fight in World War III. The Lord wants World War III to happen. But the war we got to fight is against our flesh and coming out of this place. Well, World War III is coming. He going to gather up the heathen. And he said, wake up. Prepare war. Keep going.
Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Let the weak say, I am strong. In that day, let the weak say, I am strong. And in all this, drop down to verse 12.
Verse 12. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Let the heathen be wakened. Let them be awakened and come down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Meaning they gathered right there in that Middle East, right down in that valley of Jehoshaphat. It's the so-called Middle East where everything's going down right now with Israel and Iran. Keep going.
For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
It says, there will I sit to judge the heathen round about. And when it says he's going to judge the heathen round about, meaning that judgment that's getting ready to go place on them, it's going to be glorious. These other nations are going to have to pay for the evil that they have done to blacks, Latinos, and First Nation men and women. Drop down to verse 19 for time's sake.
Verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation.
Egypt shall be a desolation. Egypt is a desolate dust bowl today. I don't know why you Negroes are infatuated with it. That was the first place that the Lord destroyed and made an example out of. Keep going.
And Edom shall be a desolate wilderness.
And Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. Ooh-wee. When it says Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, oh, brother. Oh, my brother. Edom, Esau, Adawam in the Hebrew. He is wasted away as he shall be a desolate wilderness. Keep going.
For the violence against the children of Judah.
For the violence against the children of Judah. For the violence against the soul, against the real Jews. The violence you've done against the Negroes, against the Latinos, the Native American Indians. For what you have done to La Raza, the tribe of Issachar, the Mexicans. Keep going.
Because they have shed innocent blood in their land.
Because they have shed innocent blood in their land. Because they have shed the blood of our innocent, the blood of our people. Keep going.
Verse 20. But Judah shall dwell forever.
But Judah shall what?
Dwell forever.
We're going to dwell forever, Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. We're going to dwell forever, thus saith the Lord. Keep going.
And Jerusalem from generation to generation.
From generation to generation. From us down to our babies. Keep going.
For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed. For the Lord dwelleth in Zion.
For the Lord dwelleth in Zion. The Lord is going to cleanse, you know what I mean, us Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman, and fight for us. And how so? Give me Zechariah 14 and 12. Let me show you the penalty for what's getting ready to become and happen to these other nations for what they do to blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians with this World War III. Thermonuclear warfare. Ooh-wee. Keep going.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
The Lord said, this is the plague where the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. You fighting against La Raza, you fighting against that black man and woman, you fighting against that First Nation man and woman, that Seminole Indian man and woman, that Haitian and West Indian, Cuban, Puerto Rican, and Dominican man and woman, Chilean and Panamanian brother and sister. Guess what? Read.
And the Lord, and this shall be, said verse 12, right?
Yeah, keep reading.
And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Ooh-wee, their flesh shall consume away while they stand on their feet. Brother, I don't know if y'all ever seen Judgment Day, Terminator 2. They said that that was the most accurate depiction of a nuclear bomb going off in a city. Brother, your flesh is going to consume away. When them thermonuclear bombs start dropping, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, it's going to be booming like Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Keep reading.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
Your eyes are going to melt away in your holes. You know how painful that's going to be? That's going to be rough. Go back, when y'all get a chance, watch Terminator 2 Judgment Day. But Sarah Connor's on the gate, like screaming, no, no. That's what's going to happen. Your eyes is going to consume away in your eye socket. Ooh-wee, keep reading.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
And your tongue is just going to disintegrate in your mouth, and you're going to be alive for it. You get a chance, look up what happened in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Listen, there are still shadows of kids playing, jumping rope, playing basketball, people walking, like one poor brother. Oh, he ain't a brother. One Ammonite looked like he was a mailman. His outline is right. Their outlines are still there in the city. That's how hot it was burning, and they was alive for it. That's what's going to happen. Their flesh shall consume away upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their hole, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. I'm telling you, that's going to be rough in that day. It's going to be rough in that day. That's why we have to understand, Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman, we have a fight that we have to fight. We do. Our battle is spiritual. We have to understand, as the Lord's chosen people, that we have to come out of this place. And how do we do that? I'll explain. Give me Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4.
Yeah, Revelation 18 and verse 4.
It's the book of Revelation chapter 18 verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power. And the earth was lightened with glory, with his glory. Verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen.
Is what?
Is fallen.
Is what?
Is fallen.
Babylon the Great has fallen. It says, and after these things I saw an angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. An angel came down. And he cried with a mighty, strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, to rise no more. Babylon is going to fall. Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. What is Babylon the Great? America. America is going to fall. Read.
Is fallen and has become the habitation of devils.
A habitation of devils. That's biblical and spiritual. This place has become a habitation of devils.
Right.
Esau running rampant over here, destroying the children of I.S.U.K, the Mexicans, destroying, you know what I mean, the children of Zebulon, the Guatemalans and Panamanians, man. Destroying, you know what I mean, the Colombians, the tribe of Asher, the First Nation man and woman, the Seminole Indian man and woman, tribe of Gad, tribe of Reuben. Babylon the Great is fallen. It's become a habitation of devils. Read.
And behold, and the whole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Of every unclean and hateful bird, man, and every foul spirit. Man, listen, every foul spirit mean that sodomite demon, you know what I mean, that weed demon, all the different, you know what I mean, vices that are wicked to the Lord that these other nations promote, man. That's why it says of every foul spirit and every cave and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. That's America. Read verse 3.
Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
They have all drunk of the wine of the wrath of their fornication. Listen, man, the Japanese used to be samurai. Right. They used to be ninja. You know what I mean? That's what they wear, suit and tie now. The Arab used to put the towel on their head. You know what I mean? Not what we wear right here. Let me tell you something. This is not a turban. This right here is a mitri, according to the Lord, a tire. The Lord told Ezekiel and other priests to tie the tire across our head. And as you can see, the crown of my head is exposed. This right here is biblical and royal to the Most High, man. And glorious. They don't listen. The Arabs, they don't wear their turbans no more. Right. They don't wear their dresses. You know what they do? They wear a suit and tie now. For every nation have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. The Arabs are in bed with America. The Russians are in bed with America. The Chinese and Japanese are in bed. All of these different nations are. The East Indians are. Keep going.
And verse 3. Sorry. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Mm-hmm.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Listen, man, if you look at Donald Trump and these other nations, you see Zelensky buddying up to Donald Trump. You see Donald Trump and his buddy Pooh Shiesty. I ain't talking about that rapper from down south. The real Pooh Shiesty is Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin, the real Pooh Shiesty with Donald Trump. See how the Chinese president is with him, man? They all cozy up to America. They have waxed rich, these merchants, man, of the earth, of the abundance of her delicacies. Of the abundance of her delicacies is this. When the Arabs came out of Afghanistan to avoid the Taliban, they were given lamb trucks, halal spots, and crown fried chickens in our neighborhoods, man. The Chinese come in our neighborhoods, man, and make tens of thousands of dollars a week off of blacks and Latinos, man. All of these different nations eat on our behalf, man, under America. But the Lord told us this. Read verse 4.
Verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
The Lord told us, come out of her, my people. Black, Latino, First Nation man and woman, come out of America. Come out of that lifestyle. Come out of their way of thinking. Read.
That ye may be not, so that ye may, it's like that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not her not of her plagues. That
ye be not partakers of her sins. Don't be partakers of her sins. You don't want to be in the LGBTQ community.
Right.
You get that monkeypox. You see what the Lord did with that COVID-19, with the different plagues, and to receive not of her plagues. COVID-19, monkeypox, and there are more plagues to come, Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. I'll leave you with this precept right here, Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. I'm going to leave you with this. Give me 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. What we need to realize, man, as the Lord's chosen people, is this right here. You don't have to be in America. You don't have to live like them. The Lord said to envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of their ways. You don't got to be a whore or a whoremonger. You don't got to be a junkie. You don't got to be a drug addict, man. That's what we have to be. Read what you got.
It's the book of 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9. Be ye are a chosen generation.
It says, but ye are a chosen generation. We're a chosen generation, Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. We're the ones the Lord chose. Keep going.
A royal priesthood.
A royal priesthood, man. I don't care what anybody tells you. Your Christian pastor and minister in that church, in that mosque, your imam, he is not a priest. The royal priesthood has always been the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge under command of General YAHANNA. That sodomite in a purple shirt and dress is not a priest. The royal priesthood has always been the I.S.U.P.K under command of General YAHANNA. Keep reading.
A holy nation.
A holy nation. Holy meaning separate. Holy meaning set apart. You look at your Bible, it's called what? The Holy Bible. The word holy means to be separate, set apart. A separate nation, read. A peculiar people meaning special. A special people, like Deuteronomy 7 and 6, man. Keep going.
That ye should shoot forward the praises of him that, whom have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Whom you called out of the darkness into his marvelous light. Listen, man, Christ died so we can come back into his marvelous light. So we can come back into the Most High's marvelous light out of the darkness, to come out of the darkness of this world and come back into the light. And the light is the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge. I am priest and officer of 5,000 Yadai. I want to say the water to everybody that tuned in. I want to say the water, you know what I mean? Officer Marafa let me hold it down. He's going to be back next Friday. Officer Marafa's my big brother. I mean, my Lord and Adawan is, busy man in Israel. He'll be back with y'all with the Rock Out That Hebrew next Friday. You know what I mean? But I want you to tune in to Command and General YAHANNA every Mondays, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Black Watch, man. Black Watch on the real General YAHANNA YouTube channel. On the real General YAHANNA on YouTube every Monday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. I want to implore you all to pay your tithes, man. Pay your tithes, Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. With that being said, man, I'm going to pass off the priest and officer of 500, Quatazak Karab. Go!
All right. This is the I.S.U.K security announcements with the I.S.U.K started on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. At the 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a command, Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10, means 10 for the Hebrew. My ISRAELITES, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give the treasury department. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you will like. Upcoming holy convocations, we got the memorial blowing of the trumpets, and that's the first day of the 7th month, Sunday, September 21st. If you want to read up on it, go to Leviticus chapter 23, verse 23, chapter 23, verse 24, read down to 25. Check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, blue shirt, pants, ain't been discovered with that. Imagine just brothers. All right, men of Israel. We want to get the brothers one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak.
YAHAWAH, Shabbat,
Got to tie him down. Sorry about the sisters. All right, we'll get the sisters one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak.
YAHAWAH, Shabbat, Shabbat,
Y'all can tie hands down, class is switch.